the entirety of the Japanese mainland has almost been captured by Russian troops as they have launched a full-scale naval and air invasion of the islands. Meanwhile, 2 islands remain that are a bastion of hope, a last fortress for the Allied forces. Both the Americans and the Japanese are holding on to 2 main islands that they hope to use to recapture the island all the way back up to Osaka, and also the South Koreans are standing in front of a large aircraft carrier here, poised to strike on them very soon. Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. It is time for Wargame Red Dragon. Climb Mount Noranaya continues here. If you want to see more, if you like to see modern combat, World War II, or any type of strategy game on the channel, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me know. That is your way to vote to see more of this content faster on the channel. So thank you very much for your support. Speaking of support, we have 2 aircraft carriers here ready to strike the Japanese mainland in the north and south. They've been dropping troops all along and providing air support, but soon we'll be moving into the final island here in order to capture the entirety of Japan. But today we must now capture Hiroshima and try to push into Wargame in order to capture Nankoku, which will give us 15 additional reinforcement points, which will allow us to steamroll the remaining Japanese islands and get here before the American troops really have a chance to fully deploy. In the meantime, we almost have captured a 3rd airfield, but we must remain vigilant with flanking maneuvers in the rear. Gobo and also Totorai has to be maintained. Let's go ahead and end our turn here today. There's nothing else we can do in terms of moves. So let's see what the Japanese and South Koreans' next moves are. Oh, it looks like we actually have an invasion of Gobo now with the Japanese 5th Helicopter Battalion with only 1 command unit in it. That's interesting. We'll see exactly what they have to offer then here shortly. And also it looks like the South Koreans are trying to launch an attack against Task Force Minsk in the north. And also, it's the ROKN Eastern Fleet. The Republic of Korea Navy is going to face off with us here very soon. All right, let's get into the battle then. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and launch our battle against the 5th Helicopter Battalion with the Spetsnaz Brigade. The Spetsnaz is holding the line today, and they should be fully successful in capturing, or rather holding our captured airfield. Let's go ahead and get ready then. We've got about 20 minutes to defeat them. They have a lot of aircraft, a lot of helicopters, so we need to be vigilant in getting to center ASAP. So I think the best thing to do will get our troops over here on this side, and we also need to get a lot of infantry into that city. Unfortunately for us, the enemy will have a lot of helicopter coverage of the area, so it's probably best for us to try to push in right away. We do not want those. We do not want the enemy helicopter to try to escape, so we're going to try to hide our forces here in the woods and just try to bum rush them essentially with a lot of troops. Now they do have those Cobra helicopters that can do a big amount of damage to our infantry transports, so that's something to be mindful of. But they're not very motivated. ASUs are probably not going to be very useful here. But the recon vehicles here might be with their grenade launchers. They could easily dislodge that command group that could be spotted at center here very soon. I'll bring out some vehicles here just to hit infantry that might be on the ground. But essentially, we want to hit anything in the air. We have 2 Igla groups with us. And also, the unit here has a ZU-23-2, which actually is an autocannon mounted on top of a BTR. So it should be effective. All right, without further ado, let's get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and deploy these forces in the north. Looks like the Japanese haven't even tried to capture center. So let's go ahead and move up there with everything we've got. And we'll try to fly around with the choppers and see where they're coming from. Okay. Soviet forces are moving north and south. We have a enemy helicopter there. That might be the transport that dropped off or maybe carrying the command. I doubt it, though. We'll have to see if they get close to us. Let's go ahead and get ready to block that helicopter. And there's the AH-1Ss. We need to stay away from those. They have 70mm Hydra rockets. Looks like anti-aircraft's going crazy. All right. Enemy transport destroyed. Very good. All right. Grenade launching recon vehicles are in place. Let's go ahead and see if we can spread out and find where the Japanese may be hiding their command unit, though I don't know exactly where the command could have gone. Let's go ahead and spread out, make sure they don't get past us. Oop. Sound like something exploded. What? Oh, a total victory. Oh, looks like we somehow got that command unit. Wow, we didn't lose anything. Looks like they were able to kill that command unit, the 5th Helicopter Battalion, out of the way. Fantastic. Failed invasion. The Japanese have lost their foothold back on the mainland. Our reports indicate that the American fleet is approaching from the south. The first unit should arrive tomorrow. Our men cannot wait to do battle with them. Roger that. They appear at last. The first troops will land on each available airport. We must neutralize as many of them as possible in order to hinder their deployment. So it looks like the enemy will be receiving reinforcements. Actually, where we've left all of our friendly units. Very good. Roger that. So it looks like their reinforcement wave will come in. I guess we'll have to immediately then try to capture Hiroshima, so that way we can deny them that opportunity. Very good. All right, meanwhile, our forces are ready to move south to Wargame, so let's go ahead and do that. And looks like there's quite a few enemy units down here, so we'll try to push closer to the port. Once we get to the port as well, we can leave these units here to resupply, and it's very important that we capture that, as not only is it a naval port for reinforcement, but also for refitting as well. That's going to be very important. All right, Naval Sector Gulf, let's go ahead and fight a battle here again. We'll see a battle on the high seas. Hopefully this one's over rather quick. Nope, the enemy's fleeing and GGing on that one. Very good. Okay, well then our next battle at Yamaguchi. Boy, the enemy's really having a bad day here. Oh, they've got a lot of tanks here remaining, though. Look at that. They've got Rokuichi tanks of 15 points each. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop some bombs on them. Let's get those MiGs out to do battle as well. And we do have additional reinforcements. Hiroshima needs to be taken in order for us to get reinforcements closer to the center. Nankoku is not too far away, but we need to definitely get the reinforcements here, so that way we can just easily move across the channel. And in fact, if we capture Iyo, we can actually move right into Oita as well. So we can actually move forces from the mainland there. If we do that, we'll capture 2 ports, and we'll have the enemy kind of caught in a pincer move, which basically means that Nagasaki will be surrounded pretty much, and actually we'll be on our way to 2 airfields. So let's go ahead and continue to push in the east here with our forces, or rather west from the east as we push south, and then we'll also push east here to capture Hiroshima, and then back to the west. So we actually need to push east and then southward, southwest. But the Americans could flank behind us. All right, Yamaguchi time. Let's go for it. We can bring in additional bombers as needed. I think we want to probably bring in additional land forces here. What else do we have from the Kuznetsov? The Independent Naval Regiment with T-55As. Some good tanks here. That's for a naval invasion of the south. Oh, that's perfect. We can push to the west eventually. Let's not go for that at the moment, though. We'll get that in the next turn. Let's see, anti-aircraft. The Minsk has anti-aircraft and anti-tank battalions. Anti-aircraft might be useful against the enemy planes here, although our own fighters, the Ak-141s, though those are very slow and extremely expensive. Let's go ahead and get additional forces up here. Going to go ahead and disembark them. And again, we still have a unit waiting here at Masuda because the enemy may use helicopters to try to flank us, so we just want to be mindful of that. We probably won't be using this anti-aircraft squad yet until we reach Hiroshima. Let's see what else we have for our Air Force now that we've captured an airfield. We also have the VVS First Strike Squadron of IL-102s. Very heavy hitter, but probably not the best at the moment. MiG-27s for ATGMs. That'll be probably best against American tanks. All of these lighter tanks we probably want to drop bombs on, which is perfect for the MiG-29s that we have so far. So many choices here. Anti-aircraft company, these have to be landed at ports or at airfields that we control. Or, actually, no, these can be only landed at ports. So we need to capture some more ports before we do that. Very important. Yes, I know. I did it. VDV can be airborne dropped as well. I'm trying to think of our next moves before we end this turn, but let's fight Yamaguchi, and we'll call out any other forces that we need. It's been a good battle so far. Alright, let's see. 72nd Tank Regiment. And we are pretty much in the corner here on this one, but remember we captured Charlie from before. And this is where our huge bombing campaign took place on the last run. Alright, let's get our BTR in place. I think we might actually have some tanks to do battle with this time around. Ah, perfect. 32 T-55 AM2s. I definitely want to see a tank battle go on, but the Japanese still greatly outnumber us with tanks. 2100 on our range. Let's see, optics are poor, and the speed is lower, and less frontal armor too on those tanks. But I think our Air Force is going to be our biggest asset here today. We've lost all of our recon in our previous battle. We didn't get much to begin with on our last run anyway. So let's go ahead and set up a defense. Let's first go with our infantry. Actually, maybe we should try to rush out to center, but that's probably suicide at this point. We don't want to go too far. Let's get our Marines in place to fight these forces. Let's get our ATGMs. We have 3 elite squads now. That's wonderful. We use them as well. One thing we did learn last time is that we probably should have kept our FOB because we were running out of ATGMs, though I will say we were able to finish them off with the rest of our aircraft. And speaking of which, we probably should have some aircraft to start with. We'll call out a couple of bombers each. And let's get some more tanks up then. Alright, that should be good enough to defend. And I also want to bring out a couple more infantry. I think they're 35 points each, are they not? So that should be a majority of our remaining points. Oh, they're 30 each. Okay, so we've still got some points remaining, but should be enough to hold our positions. Alright, let the battle begin. Drop off our command first. Well, actually, oh, I thought that was an infantry command. It's just literally a BTR command unit. Okay. Fantastic. We can just park it there. Alright, let's go out and find the Japanese. No recon anymore. So we'll try to sneak over to Hiroshima. And we're going to hold at our main base. All these troops didn't deploy. There we go. Okay. MTLBVs are moving back. T-55's moving forward. We're on the lookout for the enemy now. Unfortunate we didn't get any additional reinforcements here. Biryusas, those are all going to be great against the Japanese Air Force in the next battle. Especially the Strela 10M. That's a really good heavy hitter. Very nice indeed. Shouldn't be too long until we find Japanese forces, and then we can start hitting them with the Yak. And we may want to get additional tanks up as soon as we can. Or possibly capture Hiroshima. Center seems to be a better goal for us, though. We're going to lose some tanks here for sure. There's the Japanese. Let's hit them. Alright, Japanese tank forces spotted. Looks like they're massing for a huge attack. We're going to need another bomber. Wow, we're hitting some of the Japanese tanks already. ATGMs are going out. Trying to set up a wall for their... Beautiful, look at that. Trying to stun them, and then the tank should be able to gun them. We outrange them, and we have a little bit better armor, I think. That was pretty good. That wall really stunned a lot of those units. They're not going to be able to fight back too well. Let's deal with those close-range forces. Let's reverse. Okay, here's where we'll start taking our losses. Wow. Incredible. Even if we were able to recon these units and see them, there's still way too many for us to destroy. Some of our tanks have been hit. Just one of them, it looks like. Let's go ahead and set up precision bombing here. Try to get on top of the tanks now. Now that they're panicked, we should be able to finish them off nicely. Here come the bombs. Oh boy. No chance for the Japanese. Wow. Let's back those tanks up all the way to the FOBs. Wow. Okay, looks like the factory are now hitting them. Let's get these tanks in a line here. Try to get these vehicles resupplied right away. I'm going to stop here. Resupply our tanks and then fight again. We just need to bomb it indiscriminately. Look at the amount of vehicles we've destroyed just with the initial bomb strikes. We hit a really big group in the front there. Okay, our tanks have pulled back. Urals are coming to resupply. Factories are hitting them at a long range. It just seems like if we bomb randomly, we're hitting stuff every time. There's so many units in there. Hell, we don't need recon when a blob's coming at us. I don't even think we've lost a unit. Okay, Yak 38s are still coming in. We have air superiority. We have tank superiority. I wish we could capture center so we could get some more tanks out here and capture the entire map. Japanese are going to win if we don't knock them out of here. Urals are out of ammunition again. Whew! Alright. Did some big damage to the Japanese. About 1,000 points remaining, which means we still need to kill about 100 million Japanese tanks at this point. M4A1's moving through. Cool looking tanks. They never run out of fuel, by the way. They should have. There's no way they should have made it this far. And they are panicked. Let's go ahead and hit them in the flank. 6 Soviet tanks going to ambush them. Let's wait till a few more MiGs are ready. Here we go. Bomb everything along that highway. Alright, let's see what they can do. Bombs are away. Holy crap. Look at all those units. Woo, boy. Nice. Good. Oh, boy. Wonderful. Alright, let's hit them again. They seem to be liking to occupy that village for some reason. Girls are rearmed again. Let's get some more, we need more vehicles up than anything. Now let's get more tanks. Wow! Japanese tanks are literally parking on top of each other. I think these are all basically student units. These are units that are heavily outgunned and heavily out-trained, I suppose. These are elite Soviet units compared to what they have. Let's get the infantry out here to scout a little bit. Let's take a look at what this unit has for visibility. Optics are medium. They might be able to see a bit, but alright, let's pull back a little bit. Don't want them to get hit. Japanese tanks attempting to fire. Let's drop bombs again. I'm going to just bomb randomly. We can't see everything that's there, but at this point we've been hitting pretty much 99% of our attacks here. There we go. There's some more bombs going out. KM-132. Basically the Japanese transport. I don't know if that was loaded with infantry, but it's not anymore. More tanks approaching. Very good. And the rest of the bombs go boom. Alright, I want to try to approach center in Hiroshima, but we keep trying to fight off these Japanese waves. They're absolutely relentless. Relentless, sorry. Resentful, I think they will be after we attack. They're trying to do their Hideo Kojima Banzai, but I don't think they're going to succeed here. Yes, that is a joke. Yes. Okay, let's go back to the FOB. We'll get ourselves some more resupply for our vehicles. T-55s are just having a great day. They're 55 points each, so we need a pretty penny before we can advance with them. Enemy tanks there are still rolling around. Stop here. Let's create a line of pain. Soviet tanks are sneaking in from the bottom, too. I think we just need to keep hitting these facilities. The Japanese have tanks pretty much everywhere inside there. We just need to keep bombing them. We need to make sure this facility is clear. I think this actually might be a Japanese tank facility. They're so advanced that they're making the tanks in like 3 seconds and then just pumping them straight out. Alright, let's make sure this facility is clear. I don't want anything in there. Alright, that's my kind of recon. There we go. Finally, do we have the upper hand in this battle? Okay, we got 11 minutes. Alright, our forces might be able to approach with the BTR, capturing that position, but I think we need more tanks. Let's get another group of 3 ready. This is a really great situation for us. We're able to bomb everything. The tanks can hold their own. This is an ideal tank battle right here. Because we can actually have a battle. Still some vehicles and things exploding inside the factory. Oh, alright, we got cargo trucks spotted. And more, what is that? Is that a command unit? I think that may have been a little ATGM that got caught out in the open. Some supply trucks out here will be welcomed. Alright, we're going to attack across the bridge. The last time, if you remember, we tried a bombing campaign on the Hiroshima capture point, and it was just a fail. We were not able to find that command at all. Whatever it was doing to hide from us, it did it well. Let's get the T-55s up here ASAP. The cargo trucks are going to be, unfortunately, too fast for our tanks. Oh, M4A1. Oh, man. These guys defaulting to the ATGMs. Just use your main gun. Alright, before we go in there, let's soften up Hiroshima. There may be infantry in there. But we are going to, as we know, they have so many tanks and such in hiding. Probably a good call for us to just bomb it first. Let's get a Ural run up here. All right, here come the bombers, MiG-29s. All right, we did get something there. Uh-oh. Another wave of Japanese tanks. Looks like light assault vehicles or something. What the hell that was? The rest of their recon? Alright, let's go ahead and push across the bridge. We need a force to bring up the rear too, so our back end is secure. The Euro trucks will have to make it up to the bridge too. Okay, the essential bombing run there did find some infantry that was in the buildings, so we may be looking at an infantry command of some sort. I think that may be what I didn't bomb last time was for infantry, but we'll see. Oh. Okay, well, there was no need for those ATGMs. Just fire your main gun. They have such a good hit ratio. I don't know why they're firing ATGMs all the time. We can turn them off, of course, but I'll just leave them on for now. They'll hit something with them. Okay, 420 points remaining. Let's go ahead and bomb Elena. Again, we're looking for points here. We're trying to completely obliterate the enemy. And get a total victory here today. I think we need more tanks here. Enemy command is fleeing from Hiroshima. I believe that's it there in the south. Or one of the units. We own 80% of the points needed to win. Let's block them from escaping. Japanese probably never thought we would actually attack because they were we were so heavily outnumbered they were winning there. Yak-38s with the remaining bombing runs. Okay, good. Okay, they may have infantry in those woods there. So we got to go right away here. Come on, give me the points. Let's go. 29. Perfect. All right, we'll have infantry sweep this area up. All right, let's push north with these tanks. And let's go ahead and attack over these directions here. Just looking for a command. If we find a couple, we should be good. Let's go ahead and bomb a few more times, a few more targets. Just to make sure. Well, I think we've pretty much taken care of the Japanese ability to attack. I haven't seen any attacks come in on our position here. But let's make sure. There goes the pain train. There's those cargo trucks from before. We must be close to the enemy. Alright. Ooh, perfect. Bombing run did get some kills. Cargo trucks are still fleeing on us. They're alerting the Japanese. They're driving through, sounding the alarm that trouble's here. So I called up the infantry to clear the forest, but we don't have time for it. Let's get the rest of the T-55s up here. Alright, a complete steamroll of Japanese forces, I think. We need to find a command. If we had a recon, we would be able to find something, but... Oh, there we are. Perfect. Playing a little hide and seek. Okay, let's have this force steamroll in. Oh, Japanese infantry. Let's finish those forces off. It'll be worth some points. Japanese have got to have a command unit in here somewhere. Good with that, we go on a bombing run before the tanks arrive. Oh, wait a minute. One more unit, we've won. There we are. Perfect. A total victory. That force should be completely decimated. The 36th Infantry Regiment, 72nd Tank Regiment have been destroyed. Fantastic. A lot of good wins here today. The enemy either retreating or being fully obliterated. We got them at Gobo. We've cleaned them out of Yamaguchi. And now the battle for Hiroshima should begin. And I want to do a little bit of business here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. The Kuznetsov. Boy, all right, so this is a very critical time for us. We're about to capture all of the Japanese mainland, and by that I just mean the main island of Japan from Osaka. We've already started an invasion of the second island, and the third one is about ready for invasion. As soon as we've cleared this small island, it's a perfect reinforcement jumping off point for us. We can spawn units here and then immediately jump to Oida, and once we do get there, then we can start calling in reinforcements from here. We can also drop reinforcements from the Task Force Minsk in the north. So what we can do is all the Kuznetsov forces can be offloaded here, fought at the, we can fight at Nankoku and Oyo, and then Oida. We can basically bring them right across without having to drop them off elsewhere. So it looks like all of our forces from the carrier in the south is going to have to be pumped into here and brought across, and then the remaining forces for the Minsk can be brought to Naval Sector Juliet. I want to move our aircraft carrier, but in the next turn, we're going to need their fighters for the JASDF Japanese Self-Defense Force multi-role squadron of F-1s, which, as you remember, had some very good bombs. And then, of course, the napalm as well. Now, we do have anti-aircraft, but it is always a better idea just to keep the carrier nearby. We are holding the airfields, so we will see what the enemy has for us in store in the next turn. In store for us, probably going to be a lot of victories, I think. All right, everyone, thank you very much for watching. That is it for this episode. I'll see you all next time for more Wargame Red Dragon. I'll see you on Mount Noranaya next time. Bye-bye.